This is Larry Blydner, and you are listening to Who Are These Podcasts?
Hi, I'm Crippled Jesus, and you're listening to Who Are These Podcasts?
Who Are These Podcasts is the podcast with this knucklehead named Carl.
There's people out there like Dick Masterson.
Both of these guys sound like they've been waiting for something to do since Blockbuster closed.
Oh, there are shitty podcasts. We think they bad.
I met Dick. He was a piece of shit. He's a fucking sociopath. That dude's a sociopath.
Oh, it's terrible. Why do you keep listening then? Go, what?
What are you, Joe Cool over here with the sunglasses on?
These guys have gotten banned from other outlets. They use that as street cred, as to prove that they are the punk rock.
I would be driving to Rochester, New York, and going 2 knuckles deep with my index finger in his eye socket.
He'll send them a cease and desist.
Damn.
They shouldn't be allowed to play my song that I wrote.
People have asked me if there's any chance of reconciliation. Absolutely not. I don't deal with baby dick.
It's showtime.
That's where we come in. Podcast reviews like our rollers and
Yeah! Welcome to another TDS WATP crossover event. We are your hosts, Dick Masterson, Carl Hamburgers, and Sean, the audio engineer. What's up, everybody?
Hey. What is going on, fellas? Good to see you. I have to tell you guys, we just did a bonus show on the Creep Off. I know we told you about it. We inducted Maddox into the Creep Off Hall of Fame. We got Tab Burt to come on with us and go through the entire history of Maddox and Dick and the wool suit and now the new docu-series that he has put together.
How long did that take?
Well, here's the problem. I had a time restraint.
Still going.
I did it. We did it in we did it in about an hour, a little over an hour. And so now I'm getting notes from people of all the things we missed. We might have to do a part 2.
Yeah.
Of that.
Man.
I should say so.
What was great about it, though, was like Vinny's unaware of this whole thing. Like, he knows
it's fascinating
about the lawsuit, but he didn't know all of the war and the background of the history. So it was fun to explain it to Vinny and get him caught up on it.
Yeah.
Carl, let me ask you, is it creepy to email a girl who dumped you's mom at 2 a.m. on her birthday to try to pretend that you bought her a Starbucks gift card for her birthday?
I think the procrastination is more disturbing.
And that you need her address so you can send her the card, and that it can be from both of you, from you, the ex who was dumped, and the mom. Was that creepy?
He's piggybacking on her gift.
See, I did not even include that. And that is definitely Hall of Fame worthy creepiness right there.
Don't do that.
That's
Don't
crazy.
do that.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. I'm enjoying your guys' bonus shows going through the documentary. I actually got to go in and watch parts of his documentary. Normally I watch it through the filter of the Dick Show.
You have to.
But I was watching it. I was watching it raw because I was doing my research, putting together my package for it, and it's incredible. I mean, this definitely took him 5 years of his life. This is all he was working on.
And so here's something interesting on that. On our bonus shows, we go through chapter by chapter of Maddox's documentary, the 5 years in the making documentary he made about how I'm a big piece of shit, and that he's
remember he spent 5 years explaining that you're the stalker.
Yeah, I'm the stalker.
Right.
I'm a huge
You're obsessed with
stalker.
him. He spent 5 years explaining how you're obsessed with him. I love that.
So we're almost done with it. I have maybe 1 or 2 months left, and then I figured we're done. The show's over. There's no way people will pay for more content. The Maddox well's dry. Just yesterday, I found out that Maddox did an 1.5-hour interview with a psychologist where he talks about his private conversations with his own psychologist, where they ask him such questions as, okay, Maddox, so what does life look like when you're done with this documentary?
Wow! That dropped yesterday?
Yes. That was discovered just yesterday. So we're going to be going through this for the next year.
Oh, that's incredible. That's amazing. Oh, I can't wait. He's the dumbest guy. He's so stupid.
Yeah, really, there's no point to it. There's no point in doing this interview.
Well, there's no point in making the documentary. Like, what did he accomplish with any of this? He just gave you way more fodder.
It's like
he put a new deck on my house, honestly.
Compulsion to...
No, John, I think he literally thinks there's going to be a point where everyone goes, you know what, Maddox? You were right, and we were wrong.
Oh, no. I know. I know, but it's just he can't help himself. He just has to. If he says the right thing, then everybody will understand what a monster you are.
Yeah.
And how he is
I think everyone knows.
a 100% victim. Like, and that's he just hasn't. He's got to articulate it just right. It's like, if I could just get in there and talk to the judge, if I could just get in there and explain, then you won't grant the restraining order.
Yeah. Well, how's your freak? How's Stuttering John?
Perfect segue. I wanted to tell you guys there's a new documentary that just dropped, part 1 of what's going to be a longer documentary about Stuttering John and the whole Dabbleverse that we've created.
Okay.
Sheet Shitterson created it. It's about an hour long. Look on Sheet Shitterson's YouTube channel.
Great name.
I'll probably link it in the
Easy
show
to
description.
spell. Sheet Shitterson.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
So it came out, one of these girls who John was trying to fuck back in the day said, John came to my hotel room, was aggressive with me, and then shit in the sheets.
He literally shit the bed.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
it could
now,
be worse. He could shit in the comforter, I guess.
Yeah. So Sheet Shitterson was born from that. Oh, by the way, Sheet Shitterson did an amazing thing. He lives out your way. He lives out in L.A.
Yeah.
And John recently left Canoga Park. And what he did is he took all of his shitty furniture and just left it on the curb and got out of Dodge, just drove to New York. So Sheet Shitterson.
Just shit-stained stuff from his
He
hovel.
took all his stuff and made
Listen to this. Listen to this. He went and grabbed his couch cushions, shipped them to me. We have an event. We have an event this weekend. We're doing DabbleCon 2 at the Comedy at the Carlson in Rochester, and we're gonna have his couch cushion on display at the event.
It's like Captain Kirk's bridge seat, right? You
Right.
can come up and pretend to be Stuttering John.
Oh, I don't think you want to sit on it, dude. It's going to have so many stains and shit. We got to get the black light out. We got to do some inspections.
Oh, my God. You got to put a spectrometer on it or something.
The other amazing thing is going to happen this weekend. I'm so excited about it. So DabbleCon 2 is a celebration of all things Stuttering John. We got Shuli and Bob Levy from the Uncle Rico Show combining with Who Are These Podcasts and Tukey and Potato Soup. We're all coming together to do these shows, and we're doing a roast and a Dabby Awards.
Yeah.
But what's amazing is John was having these private conversations with Kate Meany, who's Kevin Meany's daughter. Remember Kevin Meany, the comic?
The comedian, yeah.
Yeah.
How old is his daughter?
24.
Okay.
So John's having these long conversations with her on a nightly basis, flirting with her, talking all sorts of
bedtime
shit.
stories? What
talking
does he do?
all sorts of shit about his family, trying to impress her.
Oh, no.
She was recording all of it.
Oh,
no.
So Shuli and the guys are going to be playing some clips from that at DabbleCon, and I want to promote it right here and now. If you can't come to Rochester this weekend, we are streaming the entire show at dabblecon.live. You can sign up and stream all of the weekend's festivities, including playing of the tapes. John wants to sue us so bad. He has been threatening. I talked to his attorney on the phone a couple weeks ago. He is threatening so many lawsuits, and FBI is getting involved.
Oh
all
my
this
God.
Turning it like a bus stop.
George.
He had to, hold on. I'm getting on my bus.
We got to kick this up the ladder to the FBI.
I am telling you guys, Maddox and John are like the same guy.
So
So
many
many
similarities
parallels.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, thank
That
you.
sounds
Getting
like
your own
an
psycho.
epic weekend of bullying that you'll be
Oh,
doing.
I can't wait. It's going to be a
Man,
lot of fun.
so these are messages or phone calls that were recorded, or
Yes, it's the phone conversations.
Oh my God! Oh,
is that like legal to do?
not in California.
Yeah, right.
So
Yeah.
that's what John's
other
claiming.
states.
John was in California. Kate was in New York. So New York is a one-party
One
consent
party,
state.
Yeah.
California's two party. Yeah,
But-
I just
but I
don't
t-
want to talk to anybody on the phone.
They should
ever
name
again.
that better. So it's like fuck the other person state.
Right, right,
The
right.
whole consent thing. Like
Right,
I
right.
don't know.
Careful.
One party consent. That
You got your
doesn't
ass on
sound
a
right.
podcast.
I
yeah,
talked
one
to
party
his-
consent. That
That's
doesn't work in
sex.
anything
That's how
else,
sex
does it?
works for
well,
me.
one party consented.
She
that doesn't
did.
work.
That's a good point. I talked to his attorney about it, and his attorney said that California law supersedes New York law. I don't know how that works. I read the Constitution. I still didn't make sense to me. I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
what
not
that
while
meant.
Kamala's before she gets in.
Like the more restrictive restriction, you know?
No,
like
that's
as
not
a-
true.
No, I mean,
There's no way.
Yeah, I don't know how one could supersede the, another. He's just trying to get you not to do it.
We'll find out on the next
Yeah.
He's podcast.
You're fucking impressing me. When you had Carl on your show the other day, I was so mad that Carl didn't know what you were talking about. I was like, oh, he's going to go into it again. Fuck.
I was drunk and I said that for probably 10 minutes on Biggest Problem.
you did?
Because
Yeah.
I have a cutout I have Carl's face with the mouth cut out like
Right.
Conan.
As you-
and I
as you
just
would,
go,
yeah.
It's
just doing
hilarious.
that over and over.
I played it on WATP. We enjoy that impression that you do. quite a
But you
bit.
know what we don't enjoy, especially Sean didn't enjoy this month, is this stoner chick that we're gonna. I've never seen a reaction as disgusted and loathsome as what you had for this poor, sweet
Just
stoner girl.
Exasperating.
This is a show called Smoke Sesh with Hannah. It is hosted by Hannah Marlene, a suggestion from Jack Bidelek. Thank you, Jack, for sending this in.
Thanks, Jack.
This YouTube channel has 2,000...
Guys, get better suggestions. Every time I post, I get like, dude, the biggest problem. I was like, yeah, no. Just come on.
I
Put
got
in
a
the
lot of
legwork.
notes, by the way, Dick. I got a lot of notes from people, including someone that we both know very well. While that Biggest Problem episode was happening with Tony from Back to Movies, going, Carl, you have to review this on WATP.
Wait, when was this? You just had what?
When I was gone on Friday.
Oh,
Vito
shit.
did a show with
I
Tony
didn't-
from Hack the Movies. And
I
it was
didn't
a
know that Tony
fucking
was
disaster.
Oh, no.
Mic problems. Vito spilled Mountain Dew all over his keyboard.
Did
and fucked it
Tony
up.
get super stoned before he went on? And
I don't
then
think
just
so.
Didn't say anything?
No.
Oh.
Tony was carrying the show, as it turns out.
Oh,
which is
wow.
weird for the fill-in host.
That is weird.
Yeah,
I haven't
can't
watched
wait.
it yet, but yeah, I've heard that there's some moments in it that are.
I was getting
worth
texts the
reviewing.
whole time. Oh my god! Oh, you got to see this! You got to see this!
From a bunch of people?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But anyway, thank you, Jack, for sending this into us. Hannah has 2,840 subs on her YouTube channel. This video is from 6 days ago. It has 1,256 views on it. And so I thought, okay, well, it's a small channel. There's not a lot going on. But then I looked and I saw on TikTok, she has 361,000 followers.
What?
And I have to tell you, I do a social media show. We talk about TikTok a lot. It seems like when you sign up for TikTok, you get like 300,000 to begin with because nobody has less than 300,000 followers on TikTok. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
why
this
is,
works.
how is that?
I don't know.
They have so many.
It's crazy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Everyone's on TikTok, so she's doing well over there.
God, fuck her. Now I really hate her.
Yeah. All right, let's get right into it. Here's the intro to her show. Let's meet Hannah, everyone.
Hello, hotties of the world, and welcome back to another beautiful, wonderful, hot, and sexy episode of Smoke Sesh. My name is Hannah, your host, and happy Mercury retrograde. You're all like, no, please, Hannah, no. I know, I hear you. I'm definitely feeling the energy and attempting to do my best here today.
Guys, I'm also going to do my best, even though Mercury is in retrograde.
Oh, I'm glad you're going to just muscle through it, Carl.
I know. My energy is way off, guys. I'm gonna try.
That is like it's like Tourette's with these people. Like they can't not talk about Mercury. Mercury's in retrograde. Mercury's in retrograde. Anytime anything goes wrong, they don't care what month it is. They don't care what the fuck is happening. They just say it.
But she does explain what it means.
Does she?
Yes, later in the podcast she explains what it means, and it's like almost to a T everything that women fuck up all the time. Like the way she explains it.
There's other stuff she fucks up. So
I might have
bad.
clipped it. Carl probably clipped it too, but it's in there somewhere.
Yeah, she pretty much explains that when Mercury's in retrograde, everything gets confused, communication with people goes sideways, and bad things happen to you. I was really proud of my wife tonight. I sat down, I was pulling clips. We sat down to dinner. I said, do you know what it means when Mercury's in retrograde? And she had no idea. I said, okay, thank God.
Good.
It
Good
basically means
answer.
getting yelled at a lot, is what I found from this video.
That's what it says in the encyclopedia.
Yeah.
I think. Last time I checked, it's getting yelled at. Yeah.
All right, so we start off, she explains her schedule is fucking crazy. She's got so much going on.
My schedule is a little cuckoo bananas right now. Not gonna lie, I did call out of work this morning. Whoops. Oopsies. You know, sometimes a girl's gotta do what it's gotta do. You know what I mean? I work in the restaurant industry. People call out every other day. I don't know why I had anxiety about it. Like, girl, just fucking send it, especially if you got shit that you need to do. Like, take the time off, you know? Save your mental health a little bit.
Because you're fucking people over. That's why you had anxiety about it. Because you're fucking everyone else over for no reason.
She's like 20, right? She's got.
I don't know.
Lives at home. Has to fucking live at home.
No, she lives with her boyfriend.
She lives with her. Okay, so her boyfriend.
yeah.
Her boyfriend is probably older, makes some money because she talks about going to. She's talking about going to see her brother in Omaha with her parents later on, or some shit like that. Like, I
didn't know we were exporting girls this dumb from L.A.
Oh,
I didn't know they had this in Oklahoma now.
No,
That's too
Is that
bad.
where she is?
Yeah, she's like She's in the plains. She's in the Midwest.
This is a good. Is she from
I know it's
originally from the
confusing because
Midwest?
she's not fatter than shit, but she says she's in the Midwest.
And she's from there, I think, right?
I don't know.
Because this, on a scale of 0 to Topanga Canyon, breaks the fucking scale. There are chicks, I have heard this kind of shit, and less than this by chicks who are from
live
LA.
here,
People think this is only an LA thing, but there are fucking nuts like this all over the fucking place.
All right, so later on in the show, she explains why she had to call into work because, she just couldn't. Her schedule was so crazy, she couldn't be there.
I just physically cannot. If I go in today, it is not going to be a good day for anybody involved, especially for myself. I also have multiple days of work coming up and hanging out with family that I actually would like to have a little bit more emotional capacity for and a little bit more energy for. So let me focus on uplifting that, letting the things that I don't want and can't take on not control me. So you know what? I'm going to call out. And I'm going to put my emotional capacity into the things that I actually care about and into the things that I actually want to prioritize in my life.
I would fire this bitch so fast. The fact that she called in to work sick and then did a podcast explaining how, I'm spending time with my family coming up, so I just couldn't today.
I have multiple days of work coming up. You're supposed to.
No,
you're supposed to have many consecutive days of work.
She worked like 4 days in a row, Dick. She worked like 4 days in a row, I think she says.
That's not going to be good for anybody.
That's crazy.
Do you mean
I worked the past like 4 days.
Oh!
I'm sorry, you guys are still mid-rant.
I worked the past like 4 days. My God, am I exhausted?
Oh no, are you going to be okay?
I had a 3-day weekend and I'm exhausted.
4 days in a row?
This show it starts fucking as dog shit and goes downhill from there.
Yeah.
I hate her
So
more
much.
with every fucking passing minute in this fucking show. I've never sat and been so exasperated listening to a fucking stupid show.
And you know what's crazy is just her having called in sick puts her above half of restaurant workers.
That's true.
You had the wherewithal. You overcame your insane anxiety of fucking people over and actually made it slightly more better for them to get fucked.
Can you imagine like what she must be like to deal with at work?
Oh, it would suck.
Yeah.
So later on in the show, near the end, so we just heard she had to work 4 days in a row. She was going to go in for a 5th day. Could you imagine working 5 days in a row, Sean? Could you even imagine that?
I
don't
could.
know.
It's
I mean,
nuts. It's not. So she explains she's been working too hard.
Because I'm sitting here and I'm like, wow, you know what? I'm going through a lot. I'm working hard. I don't like really ever have a day off. I am overworking myself. But you know what?
Work.
The only reason I'm sane doing this is because I do take the time out of those days to prioritize myself, to make sure I'm eating good, to make sure I'm taking care of myself, to make sure, you know what, I'm indulging in a little bit of creativity, feeding my brain that way here and there.
Oh my God. This is a chick. She has
Shopping.
never had.
She means
she's
shopping.
never had to do anything for herself ever. She has been 100% taken care of her entire life. I guarantee you. And I'm going to say this.
Oh yeah.
Her parents. This is what happens when you heap love and praise on a child and you don't give them any guidance or sense of responsibility. You get this thing right here, who will have to be taken care of the rest of her life until she's too ugly to fuck, in which case her world will shatter and she will move back in with her folks. Jesus.
She's got 25 years of this.
See, I'm always saying women are too fat, but then when they lose the weight, this is how they behave. And I think, man, maybe you need to spend some time as a big fatty, you know?
And she is not near hot enough to be this dumb.
Right. And
maybe in the Midwest.
I was actually impressed. I was surprised by this. She's doing quality control for her own show, which I was taken aback.
I actually came home after a brunch shift yesterday, also after a couple of mimosas, and attempted to sit down and record an episode.
Yeah. I was just going to say, so she's a server at a restaurant. She's drinking mimosas on the job.
Yeah.
In the morning?
Yeah. She came home drunk from work.
At brunch. And then before the whole, lunch, dinner rush. I got wasted at brunch at work.
She's working too hard, Dick. She's working too much.
Right, so she was
day.
so 4 days in a row, and half her, one of them was drunk, right?
Yeah, that's tough. But she came home. She came
Brutal.
home to record a podcast
and record an episode. But I just was like, you know what? We got to redo that. We got to feed the girls some good quality content, not the drunk in the bathroom giving you advice at a club kind of content that I was giving yesterday. Although it was fun, drunk Hannah just happens to just talk like this. And that ain't going to work for an audio podcast. Come on now, girl. Let's think a little harder, a little more critically about that one.
So that's interesting. She actually watches back to the show and goes, that's not good enough, which I was shocked by. So I would have thrown this one out too.
Yeah.
She must have started crying or something. She must have done something
Yeah, it was
that she doesn't want out.
Right.
You know?
Because what she should be embarrassed about, it was not
Is
going to
everything.
embarrass her.
Yeah.
That's not gonna do it. It's like, yep, nailed it. It's like the breakdancing Olympian from Australia.
Oh,
Nailed
man.
it.
Right. I wonder
Nailed it.
about this though. Like when you have employees and they're on social media bitching about their jobs and talking about how they're calling in to work and they weren't actually sick. Why do the people get away with this now? Wouldn't you be watching all of your employees and watching their social media and stuff?
Her manager's probably 28. You know, like,
yeah.
I mean,
who else are you going to hire? I mean, she's not stealing. That's why.
Yeah.
That's all
Well,
that's all it takes.
We don't know.
Yeah, well,
She's too stupid.
she's
to
definitely
steal.
stealing from the company as far as the work versus what she's being paid, I'm sure. But
Yeah.
I mean, it just you could just tell she has the wisdom of so many years of experiences in life's ebbs and flows and really getting through the hard times, and like, what a guru.
Yes, for sure. That's why people follow her, is for this information she gives out. And this clip right here, I think, kind of sums up the show for me. Like you were talking about how she has to go to Omaha the next morning. And so she talks about what her day is going to be like.
I'm very excited to do so. My parents are picking me up at 6:30 a.m. tomorrow to head to Omaha. So I have a day of prepping and planning and just making sure my life is in order. And I feel like really being dedicated to my day, especially on a new moon day and the start of retrograde, and being intentional about my time is the best way to kind of manifest. I feel like mirroring is the best manifestation tool, especially when Mercury retrograde likes to take our words and flip them and twist them a little bit. Through action, there is always direct communication. You can't get it twisted when you are being direct with what you're doing with your body and your actions and your motivations. Okay?
Mirroring.
Okay, yeah. I didn't understand what mirroring meant
What's
in this
mirroring?
context.
Okay, I hate it when idiots take like principles, like mirroring is a psychological principle that happens when you are an infant through a toddler. It's what helps form your identity. It's a child recognizing similar mannerisms and unconsciously copying and stuff like that makes you think, hey, you and I, we're the same.
Yeah.
It's part of your identity. It's very important
So
to
who's
a
she
kid.
marrying? Her dad? What
She means look in the fucking mirror and talk to yourself.
Oh, you're right. Holy
That's
shit.
what she means.
Sean, you're right. I was trying to think. I'm like, in this context, what is she talking about?
That's what she's talking about. She's Rob. Have you seen Parks and Rec? You guys seen Parks and Rec?
No, not really.
Rob Lowe has a character. He's kind of new agey shit like that, and there's a scene where he's in the bathroom. They all have the flu, the stomach flu, and this is what I think every time she opens her mouth when she talks about mirroring. He looks in the mirror and he just looks at himself and he just goes, "Stop pooping." Like, because he's shitting all the time, and that's him like doing. It's like that's what mirroring is. Like, mirroring is like it helps form your identity. We're the same. We belong together. We're oh god, mirroring.
Well, the other thing she said there is that because Mercury's in retrograde, actions are more important than communication, and yet the action she took today was to call into work.
It was she picked up the phone.
And she's got nothing to do for the rest of the day, but
plan for her car trip tomorrow with her
she's
parents.
She's not driving.
Yeah.
She does nothing.
A whole day of planning.
Totally worthless.
She doesn't just do nothing. She also slept in today.
Slept in a little bit this morning. Got my pussy ate. Had some bomb sex. Hell yeah. Let's go. Come on, girls. Round of applause there.
Right,
she's going to get booted.
Canceled.
She's gonna
get rid of her.
When I heard that, she had some bomb sex getting her pussy ate, I'm like, well, she must be a lesbian.
Yeah.
Because that's not, if you have a boyfriend, that's weird, right? And then she goes on to explain how hot it
hilarious.
is in their apartment.
It is like 85 degrees in my apartment. We're just doing our best. You know what I mean? Might as well put on a hot, sexy bikini. Sydney Mary bikini always. Okay. I'm going to record, hang out with you guys, have me a little smoothie. I'm going to place a pickup order at the dispo, get me a little cart, maybe some new wax for my boyfriend.
So then she says she has a boyfriend.
Car?
I'm like, wait a second. So you let your boyfriend go down on you in the morning and your house is 85 degrees? That's fucked up. That's not cool,
stoners, man.
Ugh. What are you doing?
Fucking ratchet as fuck.
If a black
rude.
person were to come into the room right now, would she stop talking like this?
Oh, that's a good question.
She'd try to figure their life out.
Yeah. Girl, we can't.
She'd be like, our experience is the same.
Yeah, I'm just doing my show. My parents are picking me up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks though.
Yeah.
Just talking
You
to
put it
the
right there,
listeners.
yeah.
I hope my dad
That's
put
all.
the rent check in on time.
Yeah. Oh no, I was just talking about my boyfriend, and
Right.
I did say bomb sex, but I just heard it on TV. I was just joking.
Yeah. I was watching BET.
All right.
As I do to become, more culturally aware.
One of the problems I have with Hannah is that she thinks everything she does is fascinating and interesting. When I started reviewing podcasts almost 9 years ago, one of the things I picked up on is these podcasters come on and they tell you about their day and they tell you about what they did. It's like, why would anyone give a shit? Everyone thinks that because Howard Stern would talk about his weekend, like that's what good entertainment is. It's not. It's not interesting
when
in
he
any
does
way.
it.
He knew how to do it.
He knew how to do it.
She's talking about what she didn't do.
He has
I
talent.
didn't go to work today.
Yeah.
Well,
She said she's been her life is crazy. She has been working all the time and she works
4
too
days in a
much.
row,
And she
yeah.
referenced work like 3 times in a row. Like what was like that's why her life was just crazy.
And her shifts are like 5 hours too.
Oh my god.
The brunch shift. Brunch doesn't last more than 4 or 5 hours.
She talks about like making somewhere along the line. She talks about like making like her $80 for the day or something like that. So you know that like it's just a token job. Like she doesn't have to do anything. She's never had to do anything. She will not have to do anything for the foreseeable
Ever.
future till she gets her ass fucking booted.
Yeah.
All right, so this is her talking about her mundane activities.
Anyways, yeah, I'm going to place a pickup order at the dispo. I'm going to make a little guacamole recipe for us. I'll be posting that on Tuesday, hopefully, if I have it done and ready to upload. I know the girlies have been begging for the guac recipe. I've been craving it desperately, so I'll be doing that. I'm going to be mopping my kitchen. So excited. My mop just came in this morning. I don't know what the fuck is going on with my brain as an adult, but I got so excited to buy a mop. I also bought a dehumidifier. Literally, I don't know why. It's really about the little things. This Mercury retrograde is really taking my viewpoint out of this dissociative, like, bird's eye perspective and really bringing me down to the present.
Her fucking boyfriend probably made her buy the dehumidifier after he went down on
Dude,
her. You better order that thing fucking stat. No, get the good one. Get the good one.
You're
with
wet on the
warranty.
wrong. You're wet on the wrong part of this thing. I don't like it.
Wow, you taste better. That's my elbow.
Oh,
God. This podcast for her boyfriend has to be the greatest thing in his world.
Yeah.
Because she can just go in the other room and do what she'd be doing to him to nothing. To not him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Do I mind if you go do your podcast? Do a bonus episode.
Totally.
Stay in there for a couple hours.
That's a good
Answer
point.
your fan mail. You got to really appreciate the fans.
Right. Have you done a Patreon episode in a while? Maybe you should get on there and do a Patreon episode. In fact, she talks about what she's doing on her Patreon.
I will just read you this retrograde write-up I did on the Patreon. So if any of the girlies are ever thinking about it, you know, maybe joining, hanging out with us, I highly recommend. I don't get paid for this podcast. Obviously. Like, babe, I'd be smoking and talking about get my pussy ate. Obviously, sponsors are not lining up at the door knocking. Okay. So the only way I really do get paid through this is through Patreon. I love my Patreon girlies. I love the community we've created there. I post 4 to 5 times a week, which honestly, I subscribe to a lot of Patreons, and usually they're uploading once a week. So best believe if you do subscribe, you will be well fed. I promise.
So apparently it's quantity and not quality that's important when you're signing up for someone's Patreon.
She's making... Bro, she has 878 members.
Oh, yeah, I looked that up too. If she wrote about Mercury in retrograde and the new moon 5 times a day, I wouldn't sign up. It has nothing to do with how many times you're posting. But Dick, to your point, if you click into it and you click into the about, it turns out she has 324 paid members, which is way more than I expected.
Yeah, that's a lot still.
Way more than I expected. And the price tiers are, you can tell she's a numerologist because you can 444, 888, 1333.
There you go.
Yes, all those numbers that bring you the chi that you need in order to accomplish all of your life goals.
Fucking numerologists. Her and fucking Elvis.
Oh, it's insane. We've been following this guy, GG33. You ever heard of him?
No.
GG33, yeah, he's a grifter. He's one of these numerologists.
Yeah.
And he explains that, like, 8 is the number of money. So if you want to make money, you should put a sale on your products on the 8th day of the month or whatever. But the way that this guy's origin story is hilarious. The way he became a numerologist is on 9/11. He saw on the 11th day of September planes flying into buildings that looked like the number 11, and he went, "Huh." and then he figured everything out. Yeah, he figured everything out after that.
And life just made total sense after that.
Go figure.
God.
All right, you guys ready for when she smokes weed? So every episode, she gets the bong out and takes a rip.
Oh, yeah, and it gets real stupid.
Wait, is this when she does the advice?
This is after the advice.
After the advice, okay.
We'll get back to the advice, but I just want to show you because we see how dumb she is. She actually gets dumber when she smokes weed.
With that being said, let's smoke and let's chill the fuck out a little bit. You know what I mean, girls? Let's hit this.
Yeah. She's really high strung before.
Today is just a hot and silly day, you know? Honestly, it's been booked and busy outside. I've been watching The Robe as I've been recording this, but you know what? I am determined to let nobody, especially myself, stand in my way. That is the goal this Mercury retrograde.
What?
Mercury. What age do you think she was molested at? Because her speech, she stopped developing speech at that age.
I don't know. I don't know. I really think
Mercury.
that her parents went the other way with her. I think she
molested them?
I think she was doted on. I think she was told she was a pretty
Could've
princess
been an
from
uncle.
day one.
Wait a minute, though. I have evidence that might be contrary to that, Sean.
Really?
Carl, if you can load up my clip documents, if you can find the 2159, very specific, not deserving of love. Play that one for me.
Oh,
it's a very odd way to phrase what she's saying.
You know what? even if I do get my heart broken, even if he does leave me or he does me dirty or whatever it is, he says I'm undeserving of love, whatever it is, at least I put my fucking whole pussy into that relationship, and I really made sure that I was giving as much love as I possibly could.
No matter what she does, if
what
she
she's
doesn't love you, if
regurgitating.
she cheats on you with your friend at a wedding, very specific.
I think she was cheated on. I mean, I think that's she's reading like the lowest form of like self-help books,
Deserving of love.
Yeah, and then
stuff.
yeah, exactly. Because all of her stuff are like pull quotes. Like I've heard all that shit thrown around by women just like this.
Great
so
pause.
It's like yeah, exactly. So it's like I think probably she's been kicked to the curb at least once by like a dude who's like, you are too dumb to deal with.
Yeah, you
like
gotta
you are.
go.
So it's like no, I stand by. I think her parents really fucking just put all their adoration on her. She thinks everything she does is super interesting. She's really smart. She has incredible insight. She has never had a single problem in her entire life.
I did like the advice that she gave, though. I thought that was pretty good. Ladies, put your whole pussy into every relationship, and then it makes the heartbreak easier. I don't know how that works out, but ladies, put your whole pussy into
I think
every
I'd walk
relationship.
out if I heard that. I'm gonna put my whole pussy in this relation from this girl. Just go like, I'm out.
It's Whitney bitch says
Too much.
Does she have a bush? She looks like one of those girls. I bet she not only has a bush, but it's very unkempt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not even bushes can be nice. I bet hers is gnarly.
She can't work 4 days in a row. Like, I mean, like,
Right.
how exhausting is like personal grooming to her?
Oh gosh.
Oh man, yeah.
They-
Get to the teeth brushing.
They go into that. Yes. Let's get into that. This is an insane thing that happens. So I'll start off with this. They're talking about she's reading questions, and one of the ladies or girlies, whatever she calls them, says, my boyfriend has a porn addiction.
And a lot of these men out here do have severe porn addictions, and that is a problem because that is going to cause a lot of issues in relationships, especially if your boyfriend is running away to go watch porn in the bathroom and jerk off every 10 minutes.
Fuck up.
Like,
That's
babe,
why.
you're going through serotonin withdrawals.
Let me just.
I gotta go jack off again, honey. I gotta go to the bathroom for 10, 20 minutes.
I have
or you can stop talking.
I have a different take on it, but listen to what she says right here.
Porn in the bathroom and jerk off every 10 minutes. Like, babe, you're going through serotonin withdrawals. That's a problem. You have a sex and love addiction. We got to get that figured out.
No one, and I mean no one, jerks off in the bathroom every 10 minutes. You know what they do? Drugs. They're doing drugs in the bathroom. They're like, oh, sorry, I was jerking off to porn again. I just can't stop it. It's crazy.
I'm so sweaty from jacking off all the time.
I mean, if she's to be taken literally, Carl, you're right. I mean,
How come your dick doesn't get hard? No, it's all that jerking off in the bathroom that I'm doing. It's why my dick doesn't get hard anymore. It's crazy. Go figure. So then the next question is nuts.
I'm allergic to the damn stuff too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Can't breathe well.
Interesting. My boyfriend still doesn't brush his teeth. Carried from his old depression. He hates when I talk about it. Help.
How does a girl? How fat is a girl who dates a guy who doesn't brush his teeth? How fat do you have to be?
He hates
this
when
part
I
was
talk,
bizarre.
not he hates when I talk about it.
Right. Good point.
You are
Right.
so revolting that he won't even do the basics to drive you away as fast as possible.
Yeah.
I've never heard of such a question. I'm dating a guy who
Yeah, I
doesn't
know.
brush his teeth. So then she
Won't.
follows it up with the craziest follow-up I've ever heard.
Yeah.
So I think we've all been there before where it's like depth of the depression. Babe, I'm not brushing my teeth. I'm barely showering. My leg hair is 5 inches fucking long. I'm basically surgically molded to my bed. I have bed sores. I can't move. I can barely think.
Get a
We've all been in
job.
that level of depression before.
We've all been to that level of depression?
Stop smoking weed, you dumb bitch.
Was she using that as like a believable example of like
For her,
for
it
her?
is.
Like that she had
Did you not-
5-inch leg hair that was molded to her bed? Like,
Have you ever known chicks that are that disgusting that they have like multiple old cereal bowls around their room and like they have big
the
food
most
stains in
disgusting
their bed?
people I have ever that were? I can think of two girls who were more disgusting than any fucking man ever could be.
Hiding
I was
like food in
how
places.
do you do this?
But she brought up bed sores.
Um,
Now, Sean, I know that you've obviously had your issues in the past. You've talked about it, pretty open about it.
Yeah.
You ever lay in bed so long you had bed sores? That's something relatable? It's insane.
No.
And then she goes, after this, she goes on to say, like, I get it. Like, when you stop brushing your teeth, it's hard to get back into that habit. No, it's really not. It's not difficult at all.
It's easier to brush your teeth than to shower. She's like, I'm barely showering. I can't possibly brush my teeth.
That's the other thing.
Not 4 days in a row.
Bro, it's because she has anorexia. Like, that's why they lose their teeth.
Yeah.
Oh, lose their teeth?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just throwing up and then not brushing it and just sitting in bed and getting fucking sores.
Oh,
like
yeah,
they have
but she's
HIV.
talking about, this is advice, right? For like somebody wrote in who's like, my boyfriend won't brush his teeth.
Yeah, and she's like, we've all been there, so depressed that you're in bed and
Well, I
you
mean,
won't brush your teeth.
if
Like,
she-
you're not fat
Yeah, right. Because it's all the acid and stuff.
Yeah.
When you don't brush your teeth, that'll fuck
or
your...
bulimic.
Well,
Or
in
bulimic,
the question, she said, the boyfriend said, yeah, it's still something that's lingering from when I was really depressed. I don't brush my teeth anymore. It's like,
that's weird.
He's still depressed.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
You're whatever you're doing, you're not cupping the balls, you're not licking the taint, whatever you're doing, you're not doing it right. He's still depressed.
You can still brush your teeth if you're depressed.
That's true.
Like you can't.
So brush his fucking teeth then. So
Well,
get in there.
I think that's what she says, basically.
Yeah, basically, she says, hand him a toothbrush whenever you're brushing your teeth. Walk
And
over
she's
to
like
him.
saying, like, treat him like a little kid, and then he'll
be
get
his
in the
mom.
habit.
Be his mom.
Be his
and
mom.
That'll
yeah,
help
be his
him.
mom with all her.
I don't think that's going to help. I think that's going to get you murdered.
Her years of experience and wisdom in dealing with people in the depths of
Fucked up
depression.
guys.
Yeah. What a sage.
All right. Well, not only does she know everything about numerology and astrology, she's also quite fashionable, and she wants to take a minute to show off her new nails.
Oh, also, I got my nails done. Shout out to Nails by Meg So, the baddest bitch to ever exist. Nail cam. Very Leo season inspired. Very just out there. I didn't think my nails were going to be that loud, but honestly, I'm kind of loving it.
All right. I have a question for you two fine gentlemen. When
You
women
suck.
put this much time into their nails, who is that for?
The same person that everything they do is for.
Okay.
Themselves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've never met a guy who's just like, oh my gosh, you see my girlfriend's fingernails popping.
I gotta fuck those nails right now.
Yeah, so hot.
Oh, did you see that DMV worker that couldn't type at the computer? Oh man, I was about to slap my dick on the table. Say, you got a license for this?
Yeah.
My
I'm gonna
order
drive
at
this truck right through those nails. Yeah.
My
Every
order
time
at
I
Jack
hear
in the Box
clacking, I get a hard on.
yeah. Took twice as long to type in my order at the Jack in the Box, but it was worth it, man.
Yeah.
Looking good.
God.
All right, one more clip, and then I'll hand it over to you, Dick. So after she smokes weed, she just starts talking even more nonsense than usual.
And through power comes accomplishments. Through power comes living your dream life. Not me rambling whenever I'm high. Sometimes I'm like, I'm on a ramble. Am I making sense? I think I am, because I was rambling last episode and you guys seem to really like it. I got a lot of good feedback. So thank you all.
Okay. So that's what happens when she smokes weed. It's not great.
It's
Making sense
Just the lack
is
of
not the
self-awareness
best
is-
thing you can do when you're talking. That's not like, that's the bare minimum.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
good
right.
point.
Yeah. right.
Set the
Hey,
bar pretty
everybody,
low.
Everybody, gather around. I'm about to make some sense. I
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
do that. I could do that in my own
Right.
head anywhere. I don't
Right.
need you to do that.
You make sense. It's totally useless, ridiculous information that nobody gives
Yeah.
a fuck about. But, I mean, you do make sense.
Check this out. Trees grow out of the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about something like entertaining, distracting for me, something like that, like a narrative or something like that. I'm
Something
going to
that
make some sense.
Fills
Don't-
me a little bit. I
Yeah.
get something out of this, out of listening to this. Makes me think something that maybe I hadn't thought of quite that way before.
Hannah, what you just said made sense. Are you a professional broadcaster or something? This is incredible.
There was no throwing up or weird sounds that you
Amazing.
had.
All right, Dick,
I've
take it away.
got-
What did I miss in my clips over here?
Okay, I've got minute 27 where she talks about, she really butchers a metaphor.
that's
The
always
stop
fun.
sign confusion.
My attention and my energy elsewhere. Very
Yeah.
simple. Rejection is redirection. It does not mean that you are unworthy or all these horrible, awful things that people usually think it means. It
Okay,
just
makes
means,
sense.
you know what? the universe just put a stop sign in front of me, and I got to follow that stop sign, and I need to take a left now.
That's not what a stop sign means.
I need
Let me go ahead.
Follow that stop sign.
Right. When you come to a fork in the road, take it.
Yeah, right.
If you get rejected, it just means you need to follow the stop sign and hook a hard left.
Yep.
You know, that's,
I think what she means is when a door closes, a window opens or something like that.
And she should jump out of it.
Yes.
Let's see. 3536. She talks about what choosing positivity means and its impact on your life.
Wait, should you choose positivity? Let's find out.
Let's see.
And
I don't know.
speaking negatives, your life will also become negative. So yes, unfortunately, positivity is a active choice that you have to make in your day-to-day life. And sometimes you got to look that devil in the fucking face and say, I ain't got time for all this. You got to go. Thank you, though. Have fun over there being miserable in the corner. I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to choose peace, and I'm going to choose positivity.
She following that stop sign? How does she know which way to go?
She
hung a left.
It's about she's about to explain what that means, what all that means.
Let me play it.
You know, sometimes you got to look the devil in the face and say, babe, not today. Not today. That was me with my work. I was like, I think if I clock in again,
Choosing positivity means I'm not going to work today. I'm going to stay home and smoke weed.
Get the hint, Satan. Yeah, no work. No work for me. That's the devil. My
I
God.
want to be one of these negative sour pusses who's shitting on podcasts all day.
Right.
Making
With
money
jobs.
with jobs after their jobs. Be like me. You have to embrace positivity.
Right.
And stay home in a bikini and get your pussy ate.
Sometimes you just have to tell yourself, I just can't even.
I can't even.
I just can't even.
All this adulting.
You act like she's not doing anything. She's going to make guac and mop the floor.
By Tuesday, Carl. She said she hopes to have it done by Tuesday.
But it's going to happen, though, eventually.
I can get you guac. You want guac? I'll get you guac in an hour.
And I don't even
Maybe
have
less.
tomatoes.
I
haven't been thinking about
I
it
gotta
all
go to the
week.
store.
Okay, let's see. I've got 5110. I think she talks about like actualizing, like the process of achieving your dreams. This is achieving your biggest, grandest
She's
dreams.
already done it, apparently.
She talks about.
She can help you do it.
5110. Yes.
They are okay being the victim of their own lives. You do not have to be a victim. You can get more out of this life. You do just have to work for it a little bit. But once
a
again,
little bit. You gotta,
most of it comes to
put
this
in a
4 days a week, max.
A little bit. Don't kill yourself.
Little bit.
With their feet kicked up on a guy's sofa.
Yeah.
You got to work for it.
Yeah, right. Look at it. It's clearly in her
Fucking
mind. She's done
outrageous.
everything right because it's all worked out for her. That's the thing she doesn't understand.
Okay, 5302. She really has her audience pegged, I think.
Should you like accomplish things in life and then do an advice show, or just vice
No, just
versa?
the advice show.
It doesn't
What are you
matter.
talking
Yeah,
about?
okay.
It's the mindset. Once you do the mindset, once you
okay.
have the mindset unlocked, the dreams are guaranteed.
If she's 23, I'd be shocked. I mean, I don't know how old she is, but yeah.
Yeah, she's young.
She's young, right? Yeah.
we're going to make it happen. We're going to do everything that we ever possibly imagined or dreamed, especially from a young age. We're going to create that dream life that 8-year-old us had, create that dream experience that 12-year-old us had.
There you go.
Because we owe it to them. We owe it.
Yeah, that's Carl. What did you want to be when you were 8 years old?
A baseball player, Dick. I wanted to be a Major League Baseball player.
Yeah, I probably want to be a tennis player, or I don't know.
8. I lived, 8 and breathed baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to play
those aren't
ice
good
hockey,
goals.
even though I never played ice hockey before. I want to be in the NHL.
Yeah.
When you're 8, you don't really have a good understanding of what life is.
No, and if a man came up to me and said, "Boys, I got the secret. We're going to be living like we always wanted to when we were 8 years old. We're going to be living those dreams." I'd say, "What the fuck? What are you talking about?
I don't want
Why would
that.
I don't want to play baseball at all. I would break my ass."
Even when I was a teenager and I wanted my band to be successful enough that I could tour around the U.S. and play shows, if I was offered that tomorrow, I'd say, "Fuck you."
Yeah,
There's no fucking way I'm touring around the U.S. and playing in a band. I have a very nice life here in my house. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Don't have the day off. I took some audience questions that she had on another episode.
Oh, you did?
Great.
Yeah, so we can abandon this one, I think.
Yeah, this was something special.
Yeah, you can just play those in order. They're all. She does these episode long advice questions like we do on the show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they're gold. They're all gold because she's
how could they not
earnestly retarded? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. The first one, 40.
Do I always attract the worst kinds of people? Am I the problem? No. I think the worst kinds of people are attracted to the best kinds of people because they're jealous of that energy and they want to feed off of it. And
that's retarded.
Sean, advice question. I'm always attracted to the worst kinds of people. Am I the problem? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
What's the worst advice you could ever give anybody? You're not the problem. It's other people.
No, Dick, you know the saying is, if you run into an asshole in the morning, you ran into an asshole. If you run into assholes all day long, you're the asshole. Literally, she's explaining the opposite. Yeah, everyone in my life is toxic. What's going on?
It's not you're not the problem. It's because you're so good.
It's George.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is just like stunningly.
Wrong.
The lack of understanding
It's wrong.
is stagging to me.
Yeah.
Like any sense of introspection and.
But this person's giving her $4.44 a month. So what's she gonna say? you know, I get it. I understand.
This girl has written in asking about or saying that her boyfriend doesn't care about her, something like that. 5327.
I would go with your instinct on that one.
think about it. Think about it. Sometimes I feel like my boyfriend doesn't care about important stuff. What do I do? Men are fucking stupid sometimes. But they should not be so stupid that it inconveniences your life. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Sometimes
since you're the brain, we all know you're the brains behind the operation. But you know he can't be too stupid. No free ride for him.
My boyfriend doesn't care that it's my birthday week.
Oh, yeah.
What should I do? Well, he shouldn't inconvenience you because
Right.
he's clearly stupid.
Right.
Is there any more on this that we should play, or is that?
Let's see. Her
No,
biggest.
I mean on this clip.
I don't know. Play it for a minute. I mean, she's guaranteed.
How could it be bad?
Sometimes you just have to match each other's stupid. Sometimes you have to not care about the same things. But as a woman in a relationship and who has been in many bad relationships, the one major piece of relationship advice I can give you is you need to care about the same things. You need to have the same morals. You need to have the same goals. You need to be growing on the same pace. You need to be enjoyers of the same things.
That's a lot. that's asking a lot right there. Jesus. That's a bit too much, I would say.
Enjoyers of what things?
Yeah, I don't know. All right, you want to see her biggest regret question?
Yeah, that's about college. Her
Okay.
biggest regret is not graduating from college.
Oh, no wonder she works the brunch shift. Now it's all making sense. Okay.
So maybe she's
School
early
is so-
20s then, I guess.
Stay educated, please. Please, I'm begging you, stay educated. That's the one biggest regret in my life is not finishing college. Please stay educated. Please go to college. But also, I understand it's not for everybody. But like, if you're there already, girl, finish it. Just get it over with. I know.
Get it over with.
Yeah, because I quit 3 months ago, and it's too late for me.
By the way,
if I could do it over again,
is there a bigger? I know I'll let it play, but is there a bigger dick move than to let your parents pay for college and you don't finish it?
Yeah,
that's rough right there.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard, but like, please keep going. It will be so worth it. You'll be so much more confident in yourself, understanding in yourself. Also, it's never too late to
How
go
do you
back.
know?
Something I've always thought of. I just need to figure.
Yeah, good question. How do you know? And also, that's not why you graduate college.
Yeah, that's not a good reason to go to college.
That's the worst reason. You'll have more confidence in yourself.
No,
you'll
fucking
you'll
diploma
learn
on the fucking fridge.
Yeah,
I would look at it and be proud all the
confident in
time.
yourself.
Yeah. Well, she's just gonna sit in her boyfriend's house doing fucking videos. She ain't gonna use that degree. She just wants to know that she did it.
I do and what would be best for me and where. But for now, I'm happy where I am, and that's important. But if you just finished school and you're looking around aimlessly and you're like, well, now what the fuck do I do?
Get a job. You apply for jobs and you get a job. What do you mean? What do you do after school?
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer right there.
Let's see, and then she's got 107 and then into 107.20. It's kind of funny. She's
You want
talking
to
about-
skip 58.32?
Yeah, it's just more of that get a job shit.
Okay.
She is
We
outstanding.
get the point.
Yeah.
All right.
Focus on visualizing who you want to be in the future and then obtaining those things. But I do genuinely believe that starts with dreaming. And I'm more of like a visual dreamer rather than like a thinker. I mean,
Special. Yeah, special.
Fun.
A visual dreamer.
I'm more of a visual dreamer.
Rather than a thinker,
Rather
she
than a
said.
thinker.
Yeah. Right.
I just kind of visualize the dream.
Right.
I gotta back that up. I gotta hear that.
Visualize, metastasize, organize.
visualizing who you want to be in the future and then obtaining those things. But I do genuinely believe that starts with dreaming. And I'm more of like a visual dreamer rather than like a thinker. I mean, I think all the fucking time, but not in that kind of way. I'm more of like a visualizing.
I think, should I call into work today? And I think, I should call into work
Let me
today.
see what my dream visualization
I
says.
think all the time, but
I'm
not in that
imagining-
kind of way.
I'm
You know, where
imagining
like
laying on the
where I
couch.
complete a thought. You know,
eating guacamole.
I think, should I make my
dreaming about
boyfriend,
guacamole by Tuesday.
should I make my boyfriend suck on my pussy? Yeah, I should do that.
Right.
I have a lot of thoughts.
Yeah. The kind that
kind
kept
of
her out of all
person,
the
especially
schools.
since I'm very artistic. Like a lot of my thinking is visualizing. So I really believe like there are healthy apps on this planet. There's a healthy way to use your phone. If you're scrolling on Pinterest for hours, saving pins to your life board or your
Oh, that's so
Oh,
me.
no, let her finish. Let her finish.
That's so me right there.
your dreams board. That's a healthy way to use your phone.
That's
And
a
that is
healthy
that-
way to use your app! Girl, that's a healthy... You thought she was going to say that's bad, right?
Yeah,
Yes!
yeah.
Me too! That's why I wrote it. I fucking stood up like
Yeah.
it's a Super Bowl! What? That's a healthy way to use your app!
All right, let me back it up. I'm not going to interrupt it this time. That's
No,
incredible.
what the fuck?
That's incredible. I
You
thought
are
for
sick,
sure.
lady!
When she mentioned social media, I'm like, well, yeah, this is obviously not a good way to use your time. And then, wow.
Endlessly
like
scrolling.
visualizing. So I really believe like there are healthy apps on this planet. There's a healthy way to use your phone. If you're scrolling on Pinterest for hours, saving pins to your life board or your dreams board, that's a healthy way to use your phone. And that is
She literally said for hours.
Yeah.
That was the tip off that this is not healthy. This is not a good
Right.
way to use your phone.
You might have to, in order to use your phone in a healthy manner, you'll probably have to call into work.
Yeah, right. Hours you spent on Pinterest. Holy
Bro.
shit.
No, she's
What the fuck is she pinning?
she is spectacular.
Wow.
Like
She's dumb.
this is an incredible level of stupid.
And you know what? It's like just totally normal. This is what
I
half the
know.
men in this country are trying to fuck right now. Are miserable because they can't fuck her.
There's 324 people who give her money to get more of this content.
What do you think
So-
her Pinterest boards are? Like wedding dresses?
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Fairy
Guacamole
baubles?
recipe.
Guacamole recipe.
Maybe like a clean floor in a bath in a kitchen somewhere.
Like
someday.
aphorisms, probably like
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Maya
yeah.
Angelou quotes over like a
Yes.
seashell or
Yeah.
something like that. Or
It's 5
psychology
o'clock
books.
somewhere. Yeah, right.
Yeah, she's been reading like the worst of the self-help books.
Oh gosh.
Mirroring.
The first step
Fucking
to
mirroring.
dreams starts with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every journey starts with a dream.
Right.
You know? And then like she adds her own little like Michael Scott thing to it.
Yeah.
Like improvement
Yeah,
of the
right.
totally insipid trash quote.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks,
All right.
guy, whoever gave us that.
God damn.
Yes, thank you, Jack, for Hannah Marlene. We learned a
Oh.
lot today, I think.
That was therapeutic for me.
I love watching Sean. I know he's doing his homework when he starts texting us and
Oh, yeah,
complaining
you're
about
pissed.
watching these shows.
This
I just-
fucking chick.
Because I've known people like this, and she just takes it just more steps, just further. It's like, wow. I mean, like the ones that I know kind of keep it under wraps.
Yeah.
You know, she's like this 24/7. At work, she must be. She talks about it at one stage where it's like, you know, if I'm at work and like somebody's just being a bitch or something like that, it's like maybe I start to thinking like maybe what's going on in their life right now. And I'm thinking what I think, I'm like, well, maybe she's actually asked you for the water 3 fucking times already. That's probably more likely, right?
Why can't she visualize the water?
Yeah.
She has instructions in that show on how to lay down. Like she talks about,
She does?
walks through the process of laying down basically on her exhausting day of not going to work.
I don't know.
That must be just an instinct for me. I knew how to do that immediately.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
What I love about Sean's reaction to these things is that we know that Sean does not listen to podcasts or watch these types of shows for pleasure. He never does.
Yeah.
And so the fact that every now and again we make him watch a show that sucks, and it's like the one time you're sitting and watching a show or listening to a show, you're like, what the fuck is this? I promise you, there are good shows out there.
Oh,
Sean.
I know there are. I know there are, and I know these are supposed to be bad, but it's like this one hit me. I just went, you are so worthless.
So I have a kind of a palate cleanser for us before we get into the Financial Feminist book.
Okay, good.
Which we have to get into because she is so stupid. But I want to thank at UK Trout Fisher on X for sending this in. This is a guy named Sal Barbara. And Sal Barbara is a bit of a comedian. And he's got a hilarious video for us to watch. I just watched the first few seconds of it. I went, yeah, this is probably good enough for us to check out.
Okay.
The top 10 things you do not want to hear from your captain when you're on a plane.
And I just wanted to say for people who are listening to the show, people who don't see the visual element here. So he's got this green screen going where it makes it look like he's got this big set and the brick wall behind him and the neon sign that says Sal Barbara Comedy Show. The big desk
but
in front of him.
it's half neon. Weirdly, it's three different types of sign.
You're right. Yeah.
It's kind of like a David Letterman top 10 list. It looks like that's what this is setting up to be, right?
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Is the coffee real?
The coffee might not even be real.
I don't think so.
Because even the way his hands go into the desk, there's... All right. So there's a laugh track. This is going to be great, guys.
Okay.
The top 10 things you do not want to hear from your captain when you're on a plane. Number 1, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We've just lost our GPS. But don't worry, I'll call my wife for directions. Number 2.
He couldn't remember that whole joke?
He had to
He had to stop and read in the middle of it?
You know what I like about it? The laugh track. I like the way the laughs come in because there are a couple people who are just like, oh, now I get it.
Don't worry, I'll call my wife for directions. Number 2, ladies and gentlemen, we're experiencing some turbulence. But who doesn't love a good roller coaster ride? Number 3, ladies and gentlemen, good news, folks. The plane can fly with one engine. One engine. Ladies,
wait, is this a live stream? And
it's not. It's not a live stream. I don't know why he didn't edit this. He couldn't even get it in one take.
Is this anti-comedy? Is this a bit?
Is he aware of editing?
I don't think so because the other videos on his channel are just like this. I don't know. I think he thinks this is good. And remember, this is probably somebody's father, maybe someone's uncle.
He sounds nervous.
He's putting this on YouTube. This is so embarrassing for everyone.
One engine. Ladies,
one engine.
What's an engine? Ladies and gentlemen, good news, folks. The plane can fly with one engine, and now you're about to find out if it can fly with none. Now you're about to find out if it can fly with none. Number 4.
Was like his daughter supposed to edit this? He was doing pickups right there. Like, was that?
Oh, that's funny. You're right. He probably handed it off to his kids, and they're like, "Yeah, Dad, we'll clean it up."
We got it. No, it's great.
That's hilarious. They put it right in the family thread that he's not a part of.
The other one.
Number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been informed from the tower that there's a storm ahead, but not to worry. My horoscope says it's a good day for travel.
He's got a speech impediment too.
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Or he's counting down like the punchline time in his head, like 1, 2, 3.
Well, I mean, it's like he's like really lispy on like a.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Also, his camera is only the left side. Watch when he moves the paper. It actually goes off the screen, but it's in the middle of the video. Whoops.
Number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, good news and bad news. The good news is we're landing ahead of schedule. The bad news is we're landing in a cornfield. Hey, a new Olympic sport, airplane farming.
Oh my
He
God.
thinks he's Jon Stewart. He's making little faces, and people are cracking up over it. And the laugh track is put in so poorly People
Yeah.
are cracking up over the setup before he even gets to the
Right.
setup. It's just like, this guy's just so funny. Everything he says is just so funny.
I
And
think
then
this
he-
is worse than Patty C. Cups.
Then he talks over the laughter, like before he doesn't give it any
doesn't
like
give the
breathing
laughter
room.
time to
Yeah,
breathe.
right.
Oh, speaking of Patty C. Cups, he just launched a new show. I was almost going to send it to you guys. I listened to a bunch of it. It wasn't worth clipping. But he put out this brand new show he's doing with his buddy, and it's called The Skull and the Samurai. And in this episode, he goes, hey, man, give me 13 seconds. I got to go do something. And you hear him like talking off mic to someone. And then he comes back and he goes, all right, man, sorry about that. Don't worry. I'll take it all out in post.
Was that supposed to be a joke?
Nope.
Is that his-
Has anyone boosted the audio to see what he was doing?
I haven't yet. The problem is there's that stupid music bed he always plays on his shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it muffles everything, but I do need to
Okay.
go in and see what that was about. Because we've heard him in the past where like his kids come into his closet while he's podcasting. He's like, get out of here. Dad's
I
working
miss
right
that
now.
guy.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
I'm on his Patreon now. He blocked me as my WATP email. So I
Right.
signed up as my real email, and he didn't block me. He let me grab episodes. So I was like, oh, maybe he doesn't know it's me. And they just dropped an episode recently where he's like, and fucking Roy is now on my Patreon. You know, he called me Mr. Hamburger and shit. I'm like, okay, so he knows.
Okay.
He actually shamed me because I was on the $2 tier. He's like, you can only give me $2. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of shitty. I upped it to $10. I upped it
That's
to $10.
hilarious.
Yeah, he got me.
Number 6, ladies and gentlemen, we're flying into a lightning storm, but no need to worry. Fasten your seatbelts and return your trays to the upright positions, and also cross your fingers. It might help. Ladies and gentlemen,
I mean, that joke wasn't even crafted correctly.
No.
Why do these guys all put weird background music
That's a good question.
over their
too.
stand-up, which you never see ever, except in these weirdos' videos?
The problem I have with that joke is but don't worry, because
Yeah.
that throws off the rest of it. If take that part out, it would almost make sense.
plane farming. Number 6, ladies and gentlemen, we're flying into a lightning storm, but no need to worry. Fasten your seatbelts and return your trays to the upright positions, and also cross your fingers. It might help.
Then why do they say
Why
no
would
need
that
to
help?
worry? Well, if he's superstitious,
Yeah, but don't worry.
no need to worry. Huh, all right, whatever.
Ladies and gentlemen, Number 7. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm while the co-pilot and I try to find the instruction manual.
He cannot talk.
Manual.
Holy shit!
Number 7. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm.
Again, he tried to pick it up so that they could clean up and post, and
Yeah.
no one did. And
Nope.
he is nervous for some reason. There's
Yeah.
no one there, buddy. Wow.
7.
Except
Ladies
us.
and gentlemen, please remain calm while the co-pilot and I try to find the instruction manual for the plane. Number 8. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a minor issue with the landing gear. By minor, I mean it's no longer there.
Wow.
Oh my God! Why did he post this? What's it? What are the tags?
By
Comedy and
minor,
comedy
I
video?
mean it's not there. You can say by minor, I mean a 6-year-old built in, or something
Yeah.
that would make sense with the word minor.
By minor,
Right.
I mean the mechanics of pedophile. Right?
There you go. See this? There's levels to this stuff.
Number 9. Ladies and gentlemen, our co-pilot is under...
People are going nuts for that one. They're fucking loving it.
Oh.
Number 9. Ladies and gentlemen, our co-pilot is under... Number 9. Ladies and gentlemen, our co-pilot is a bit under the weather today. And I've had a few too many, so if anyone has experience with flying flare flu. Number 9. Ladies and gentlemen, our co-pilot is a bit under the weather today. And I've had a few too many, so if anybody has experience with flight simulators, please ring your call button. Number 10.
What
was that?
Fuck?
Flu.
He couldn't say flight simulators.
He's also got a news desk instead of a talk show host
Yeah.
desk.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe the last
Right.
one.
We got to know
will be
more
better.
about. We got to
Weekend
know more
update.
about this guy.
I know. This guy has a channel, huh, and all his.
This is from 3
Sal
weeks ago.
Barbara.
Yeah, Sal Barbara, 95 views 3 weeks ago, says, that's right. Here are the top things you don't want to hear your airplane captain say ever. Thanks for watching and enjoy. Sal Barbara is an American stand-up comedian. He presently has 0 stand-up specials on Netflix, 0 on Comedy Central, and 0 on Amazon Prime Video.
Right, that's the joke.
He can't be a stand-up comedian. He can't even talk.
Right.
He can't even read jokes, let alone memorize them and then say them.
And
There's
he,
no way this guy's a stand-up comedian.
And he did the joke again. He
All right,
wrote
what?
0 New York Times bestsellers.
Yeah,
kept
yeah.
going,
It
but-
goes on, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe it'll get funnier. Like, no, we get it.
Yeah, same thing, yeah.
But he did write a wonderful children's book called Mary Elizabeth the Spotless Cow and Ernie the Dysfunctional Frog. Okay, well, that tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
Please tell me one of those is real.
I'll look it up. All right, here we go. We'll get the audio version of the next crossover show.
Number 10, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. I'm a little rusty. It's my first flight since rehab.
There you go.
He brought a lot of energy to it, you know?
Is he going to come back out there? Oh, yeah. Good.
Nice editing. That's incredible.
Awesome.
Whenever I see shit like this on the internet, I'm like, do you know what else is on the internet that you're competing with?
Well,
do you
yeah, do you know
realize
that, like,
right?
You don't have to post it.
You
but
don't have
could just
to.
trash it,
Yeah.
you know?
Just try again.
It's fine.
did he think the internet is like a place where only people he invites can see it or something? Like, is
That's a good question. No, I think he thinks he's a star.
I hope that's a bit.
yeah,
but probably not, right?
Probably not.
No one could do a bit that straight-faced for 10 minutes or whatever it was.
It's not performed well enough if it's a
Right.
bit.
Right.
Even if it is a bit, it's not good. Like if he's doing that on purpose, it's still not good.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much, UK Troutfisher on X for sending that in. We appreciate it. So, Dick, we have been checking out the financial feminist Tori Dunlap and her book, Overcome the Patriarchy's Bullshit to Master Your Money and Build a Life You Love. She is giving advice to the dumbest people on the planet about what to do with their money. She thinks her audience is so dumb. She explains the most
they
basic
are.
They are.
They are.
They have to be. She explains the most basic concepts over and over. There were times when I was clipping this, I went, didn't we already hear this part? I swear she's just repeating shit from earlier chapters.
I forgot how annoying she was because we haven't listened to this book in so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, she sucks. Let me start, and then I'm going to let you take the reins on this one.
Okay.
But let me start because this clip, right at the beginning of where we left off last time, annoyed me.
I've had so many clients who like coffee, but use it as an excuse to take a break from work. They were having a coffee at 3 o'clock every single day just to get out of the office. They didn't feel comfortable taking a break without an excuse, thanks capitalism.
Okay. Now, Hannah also made a comment about capitalism and paying rent during that show that we listened to as well.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, so like this is the thing now with this generation of people, especially women. They love to bitch about capitalism. Like, what's the alternative? What's the system where they don't have to work or pay rent? Was there a country that's doing this well that we should know about?
Marriage, Carl. That's
Is that what it
system
is?
Yes. It's capitalism or marriage. That's
I get
what
so
they know
I get
it
so
as.
confused because the word capitalism generated as people who didn't like the free market, so they used that word to put it down. But the free market means that you're in charge of no one's controlling anything. You get to do whatever you want. Doesn't that sound like the best solution? Not that we have that. We don't.
Right. Right.
I love that people complain, like, oh, these people, in order to get out of the office, they have to say that they're getting a coffee. Thanks a lot, capitalism.
Yeah.
Like,
what?
Yeah.
They feel like they, instead of just going away and taking a break, these women feel like they need to spend $10 on a frappuccino because of these damn men and their capitalism.
so bizarre. Like,
any
how can you trust this woman? This woman made all this money in this system, wrote a book about it, travels to France, stays in a fucking Airbnb for 2 months while writing a book, and then she's like, and capitalism sucks. What?
Oh my God! Wait, I didn't play this clip from the stoner chick. She was saying how the quote is something like, "You don't need that boob job, and you don't need that trip to Italy," or something like that. She made like that's her.
Oh,
that's
no
her
shit.
advice. Yeah, she's like, "You don't need some trip. That's not going to make you feel better about who you are."
That's what her dad told her.
Yeah, and then
You don't need that boob job. You don't need that trip to Italy.
Meanwhile, that's like
He's
that's
getting
like the
sick of it.
cornerstone of what's her name, the Financial Feminist
Yeah.
entire outlook.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Her entire monetary system is trip to Italy based, where she can eat spaghetti fresh from the spaghetti cow.
Oh, dude. All right. I'm sorry. Now I have to play this other clip because I found this so enraging when she talked about taking that trip to Italy.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. How did I label this? Never mind. You take over. We'll get to it. We'll get there.
Okay, here's some of the basics that she goes over.
Okay.
You'd think a child would be able to regurgitate this information. You'd think your child would give you a weird look if you asked them this.
Yeah.
But for those of you who don't know of the term hourly rate, she explains it thusly.
We all have an hourly rate, even if you're a salaried employee or if you're an entrepreneur. If you don't know your hourly rate off the top of your head, take your monthly income and divide it by how many hours you work.
Yeah.
Hold on. Slow down. I got to write this down. I got to write this formula down. Wait, what? How do you do it?
But how can? But
what does she mean, entrepreneur,
But
in
she
that
said
in that context?
month-
like a hooker?
month and hours. Those are two different things. How could she?
Let's hear. I don't know.
You can't talk about months and then also hours.
How much you make a month?
Just
and then
no, it's just fucking. It's so stupid. Like, yeah,
it's
duh. Yeah.
Do people get paid by the month? Like she's adding more calculations.
Yeah.
Well, I was wondering, does anyone aside from us get this far in the book? Because we're at like over 2 hours in at this point. It's like,
yeah.
No one is still reading this like, wow, I can't wait to see what she says next. Like, everything is so stupid.
That's a good question. And she's constantly chastising readers for having skipped chapters to get to where they are.
Yeah.
Did you notice that? Oh, wow. Okay, I have this one is time to let them go. She's talking to women, telling them to. It's very in the self-help area. Women letting things go is very recurring theme.
Yeah,
I see a lot. Apparently, they hold on to things and nag you to death over there.
I am not here to tell you to stop spending money, but if you do so out of habit, those things are your emotional vices. If they are not things that you truly love, it's time to let them go.
That's good advice for everyone she's dating. Everyone, the women that are listening to this book too. The men dating them, like, I don't know. This is is this something I really love? I don't think so. I'm gonna let it go. Okay, I've got.
You know what? Let me play a clip real quick because after she gave us that amazing formula to figure out how much you make hourly,
yeah,
whether you're a CEO or an entrepreneur, you can figure it out with that amazing formula. She says this.
If you make $25 per hour and you're about to buy something that costs $100, think, is this worth an entire Monday afternoon of work? When I was working corporate, I'd ask myself, is this purchase worth the 4 hours I just spent being mansplained to in a meeting?
Bitch, you're woman-splaining the most basic concepts ever. Complaining about being mansplained to?
Yep.
She also blames men for not explaining how money works.
Right.
Which is like
Can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very odd. She was in a 4-hour meeting on a Monday being told what to do. Sounds like you're a shitty employee. I've never done that before. Have you ever been in a 4-hour meeting being told what to do? I've never done that.
No, I've never been to a 4-hour meeting
No,
for anything having to do with work.
That's called an interrogation.
Yes.
A 4-hour meeting.
It's like
some man was trying to explain to me what hourly rate was, and I said, "Nuh-uh, I'm gonna go get a Starbucks."
Yeah, I'm salaried. I'm an entrepreneur. I don't have an hourly raise. Like, no, actually, you can calculate it.
Okay, here's visualizing is also very important. I guess women kind of do this all day, every day. To get them through the day, visualizing.
Now that you've heard the interview with Ramit Sethi, what does your rich life look like? Visualize it below. Shame and guilt excluded. How can viewing money as a tool help you build the life you want?
What does your rich life look like, Carl? What is your?
You
her
wouldn't
journaling.
even understand. So I have a pool table next to me I'm looking at, but it has green
Yeah.
felt. In
Oh,
my rich
yeah.
life, purple felt.
Yeah, right.
Purple felt on that pool table.
That's how you know you've
so much
arrived.
classier. Yeah.
Right. Green felt like some common pool hall.
I know. It's lame. I know. It's the worst.
Yeah. Okay. This is an interesting insight into what is a valid reason to spend money for her. It's a lot goes unsaid in this one.
What/how much? Madewell, $70 jeans.
Yeah.
Why? Current jeans don't fit, so new pair. Feelings.
But that happens a lot.
Feelings. How do I feel about my current jeans?
Right.
Not that I
Tight.
broke them.
Yeah,
Not that they're worn
right.
out, right? There's a new style or something.
Right.
Reason. Current jeans don't fit.
Strengthened rivets in new $70 jeans.
How do you feel that your old jeans don't fit anymore? Happy.
Yeah.
Also, this idea that she's buying jeans because her old jeans don't fit anymore. I own more than one pair of jeans. I assume most people do.
Yes.
None of them fit at the same time, Carl. I think that's the issue. There's a constant crop of jeans that don't fit that were purchased 18 months ago, or perhaps in less time.
But yeah, you have to write down for 4 weeks everything you purchased, how much it cost, and then how it made you feel.
Yeah.
To purchase that. Could you imagine like writing down like that sucked? You know, like
yeah.
I don't know. I guess women do that.
I think it's just about putting more obstacles between them and spending money.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta log this somewhere. Never mind.
It's like
yeah.
It's like low key shaming, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're confronted with what you probably shouldn't be spending money on.
Like a hard sell. Like they make you say no so many different ways.
But
like,
if this other chick, fucking whatever the fuck her name is, the last podcast, she would do that and write down elated, amazing.
Yeah.
Like everything would be totally positive.
Here's some levity to rope you. I don't know, random facts or she throws in. They're related to money. Here you go.
Without further ado, some random facts about ostriches.
Yeah.
Did you know
This is
that
a segue, by the way.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
To putting your head in the sand.
Right.
Right.
Got
And
it.
not paying
Which
attention
they-
to your finances.
But this
don't
gets
do that.
hilarious though. So
But this is
a good joke.
Yeah, this is a good joke.
Without further ado, some random facts about ostriches. Did you know that ostriches have 3 stomachs? I also have 3 stomachs, all filled with fried chicken.
Oh, come on, stop it, Tori. Stop it. It's too much.
They're all filled with fried chicken.
She's killing
That's
me over
pretty
here.
specific.
Do you know, you could divert.
Fried
Like one of them could have
chicken.
dessert. We're gonna have fried chicken. Like this is not creative writing at all.
She eats a lot of fried
lot
chicken.
With fried chicken.
Yeah.
You gotta understand.
What are you
Fat
you
white
trying to
lady
get?
eating
Yeah.
fried chicken.
What? You trying to appeal to a certain demographic? What's going on here, lady?
Can I talk about destroying the patriarchy? There's a specific way that we can pull this off, everyone.
If we're going to use our financial education to fight the patriarchy, that includes making thoughtful spending decisions. Where and how you spend money is one of your most powerful tools to change the world. After all, women control more than 70% of consumer spending.
All right.
Now, sometimes I need shit off of Amazon, and that's okay. But before I make purchase, I look to see if I could order the same product from, say, a mom and pop store or a business owned by a woman or a person of color.
Oh yes, of course.
It's very important when you're purchasing a product, just find out there's a person of color who's also selling it.
And go ahead and pay a little more.
Yeah,
if,
blow some money on
definitely
it.
some
do
money.
that.
That's okay because it's
Especially if it's a drop shipper.
Yeah.
You know?
And I can tell you guys are intrigued by this concept. You want to hear more about it.
We'll talk more about voting with our dollars and using money to exert positive change in our final chapter.
Yes! I can't wait for the final chapter. I'm
Right.
very excited about this. Let's stick it to the man! It's about time. Dude, Dick and I have been getting away with this shit for too long. It's time someone stuck it to us.
Yeah. Don't buy our coffee. Buy the black
gonna-
lesbian's coffee.
She's gonna put her greasy chicken finger right in your chest, poke, say, "This ends now, Mister."
By the way,
Yes!
you can't purchase this shirt anywhere but dick.shop or what is it? Shop.dick.show.
Yeah, shop.dick.show. Okay, I've got one that gets into the root problem of why women don't understand money.
Okay.
I think.
Assessing
Or maybe
our
this is
personal
the patriarchy's biggest tool in stopping them.
makes us uncomfortable. Assessing our personal finances makes us uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Logging into our 401k dashboards and realizing we know none of the jargon makes us feel stupid.
How dare that dashboard make me feel so stupid?
Written by a man.
Like she calls
Sean,
it-
I logged in to my dashboard
Right.
and I didn't understand any of it.
Right.
And it made me, it's not my fault I'm stupid. This damn dashboard, this stupid computer made by men made me feel fucking stupid.
I guess, I mean, maybe typing something in the search bar makes her feel stupid too.
Well, I think we get a sense for who she's writing for. I mean,
Yeah.
very, very dumb people. But
Yeah.
especially when she says things like this.
Remember that scene from New Girl where Jess discovers that her roommate turned boyfriend Nick tosses his unopened bills into a box in his closet?
You guys remember that scene from New Girl? I've never heard a sentence start that way ever in my
No,
life. Do
no.
people watch New Girl? Is that a show people watch?
Like it's some universally watched show, you know? Like
That's adorkable, right? Is that one?
I don't know.
I think so.
Is that where that's okay?
That's like saying, like, remember that Seinfeld? Everyone goes, yeah, I remember that Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Remember that New Girl episode?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I've
there's
never
certain-
seen New Girl.
Certain iconic shows throughout the years that you don't even have to be born in that
Right.
time period to
Yeah.
know. Maybe you don't get the reference, but at least you've heard of the show. But there's going to be, quite a number of people who are like, New Girl?
Yeah.
What? Is that like, yeah.
It's like throwing out a Trailer Park Boys reference. Like
Yeah.
You really know your audience. You're
Yeah.
tossing these around. Okay, here's she talks about the importance of understanding how finance works, and like usual, I don't know if it's for padding or whatever, but she uses a metaphor to explain an extremely simple concept.
Gotcha.
And, the metaphor I don't think makes any sense.
We can't make a budget or build our savings if we don't actually know what's going on with our money.
Yeah.
We can't refine and tweak and optimize and do better if we don't know the lay of the land.
You shouldn't be doing that, but does all that make sense so far?
Yes.
You
Sure.
guys? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't, yeah, okay. Well, just in case it doesn't make sense, here
Okay.
you go.
Good.
It'd be like saying you're going to bake a cake, but you're blindfolded and missing the recipe, and all of the ingredients have labels written in hieroglyphics.
Oh,
Say, baking a
it's
cake.
a lot of impediments.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is
Might
part
end
of
up
you don't understand the instructions.
Might end up with guacamole.
This is part of her over-explaining. Like, she literally is trying to explain you should track your money in
Yes.
order to
Yeah.
understand how you're spending your money and how you're saving
Yeah.
it. But she has to write paragraph after paragraph explaining this. If this is a book written for men, it would say, you should track your spending. Got it.
She also doesn't explain what any of the concepts that made her feel stupid were.
Yeah.
It's just talking
Right.
about cakes. If she doesn't talk about eating pasta or cakes
Yes.
every couple of minutes, she knows that the audience is gone.
No, can't have her having a sugar crash while
Yeah.
she's in the
So
middle of it.
why, Dick, the question
You're
is,
in the middle
why
of tweaking your investment
Right.
portfolio.
Right.
why are women so terrible at saving and investing money? Let's find
Yeah.
out.
Why has this been so hard to figure out in the past? Well, shocker, because historically women weren't encouraged to take ownership of our financial decisions.
Oh.
We are told we're bad at math. We're assigned roles as dependents, not providers. We're reminded that money isn't, quote, for women. We're not even allowed to want the coffee that gives us life in the morning.
Which is society's fault because...
None of this makes. She's just gaslighting people with
Yeah,
this shit. Doesn't even make sense. Money isn't for women. But she also said that women make 70% of the financial decisions, spending decisions,
Yeah.
in the U.S. And what does that have to do with anything? And then not even allowed to want coffee in the morning. What is she talking
Right.
about?
She's
That
talking
gives
about
them life.
$12 frappuccinos. She's
Right.
talking about blended up cakes.
But that leads to more $70 pants. So you see, it's like
I see. Okay.
that's the problem. It's a chain thing.
Yeah,
it's like a
that's-
food chain.
She's describing a fight that I have constantly in my house. Why are you buying $10 coffees?
Yeah.
They're like, okay, I'll do.
Oh, you know what? No pants in the world fit because she's a fucking blue whale who's straining thousands of tons of krill
Now
every
it's
day.
making sense. My wife gets up and makes a pot of coffee every morning. I've never slapped the mug out of her hand. What the fuck are you
Yeah.
What's
doing?
Not for
this
you.
3-cent coffee? Is it are they made to feel like they can't do math? I'm pretty sure just not doing math does
Right.
that. Like, you don't really, maybe it's the math's fault.
They're encouraged to do math. I mean, everyone's encouraging them to learn it.
Men didn't invent math, by the way.
Right. Well, God did.
Like
He's
it's some
a man,
weird
but-
code, right?
Yeah, men didn't like come up with this to make you feel stupid.
Right.
Sorry that you don't understand that, but we didn't like invent math as a joke.
Only our eyes can see it. Look, it's just blank there. There's nothing.
Men invented football, and we changed the rules every year to fuck with you, but we didn't invent math. Math just exists.
Oh my God.
Let's talk
They make
about.
us feel so stupid for the math that we don't
Let's
know.
talk about her mantra. I think this is important.
First up, I want you to write at the top of the page a mantra I follow and remind myself of often. A goal without a plan is just a wish.
Her mantra?
Can't stop thinking about men.
Yeah, I know. Maybe a womantra. It's a mantra, is what you're talking about. But so listen to this. So this is what she says right after she says that.
Got it? Great. Next up, directly underneath that, write, it won't get better unless I do something about it.
Okay, so she just said that a whatever without a plan is just a wish, and it won't get better unless I do something about it. And then, not too many pages after that, she says this.
My journal entries and the Post-it note on my bathroom mirror read as follows. I have a top 20 business podcast listened to by over 100,000 people. In fact, it ended up being a #1 business podcast listened to by millions of people because manifestation fucking works.
So wait, which is it? Do you need a plan? Do you need to execute a plan? Or can you just wish it into existence and manifest it?
Maybe there's something to this mirroring shit, because she's really into that too.
You're right.
Have I been missing out?
But
do I know the wrong definition of mirroring?
Do you know what I'm saying, though? She kept saying, like, you got to actually do this shit. You got to write it down. We got to get a plan. We got to figure this out. I talked to my clients about this. And then she just goes, or you can just, like, write it down in the Post-it note, put it on the mirror, and then it'll just magically happen.
Yeah, I think it's the way. I think she's so successful because it's just like it's the way women need to be communicated with, or the way they prefer it, which is 99 tons of shit and like lies and like manifesting, and you don't have to do any work, and then one tiny little crumb of like, hey, you got to do a little bit of work on this. You got to start thinking about doing a little bit of work.
Sneak that in there.
Yeah, she's got to like sprinkle it in there,
Like
subconscious. Like smoke.
You might have to write a Post-it note.
Oh, let me.
You might have to. You have to brush
put it
your
on
teeth.
your mirror. Yeah.
Before we move on, I got to
Mm.
point this out too. The beginning of this clip.
Got it? Great.
If you're writing a self-help book and you write the sentences, got it, great, jump off a bridge. Who the fuck is that for? That's such a douchey thing to write.
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you? I knew it would.
Yeah.
This isn't a conversation we're having. I'm reading your book.
Did you play this one? She gets into like why women. She never says why women spend too much money. It's always like why they're not saving. So here's why. Here's why that is.
When I work with clients for the first time, I often hear, I know I should be saving, but I'm so scared to look at my credit card statements. And even if I were to start saving, I don't even know what I should be saving for.
Has that thought ever occurred to you?
Like that?
Why am I saving all this? What am I saving it for?
Yeah, why would I save
maybe
money?
in like an esoteric way?
That would just be like, then I should just spend it. What am I saving it for?
So is that really what they're thinking?
Yeah, like
why am I letting all this money build up? It's gonna.
I
some
mean,
of
I
it's gonna
can't
blow away.
I
or
can't take
something.
it with me
But also, the qualifier was
to Starbucks.
That is what they're thinking. Oh, I've got $3 in the bank. Oh, you can't take it with you.
Yeah, fuck it.
The qualifier was when she talks to her clients. I'm assuming her clients want to make money and save it and invest and build a nest egg. And she goes, yeah, my clients, they don't even get, like, why would you even save money? They don't? Isn't that the whole reason why they're working with you?
So this whole book is about tricking women into saving for bigger and bigger wastes of money. Like
That's
she tries
true.
to
You're right.
make them stop buying coffee and new jeans and jackets so they can go on these big whore trips to Italy, right? And it's really a bizarre kind of
She does talk about like, then I can vacation for 2 months in Italy or whatever.
2 months. Then I never have to work for 2 months.
Right.
Why would you want that?
So actually, that brings me to this clip, and I'm sorry if I'm jumping the gun. We can backtrack.
No, go for it.
But this is what we were talking about earlier. So her clients are so stupid that they go, well, I could save money, but why would I do that? She's like, well, let me give you some examples of reasons why you want to save your money.
I want to save $10,000 by the end of this year to cover me in case of an emergency.
Okay.
I want to save $2,000 in 10 months to go to Italy and try authentic pasta.
Let me just pause it right there.
You can only make authentic pasta in Italy.
Authentic pasta. I want to have that authentic pasta.
Because semolina and water doesn't exist anywhere else in the fucking world.
It's just pasta. But okay, let's get past that.
I'm going to pay off all of my credit card debt this year so that I'll no longer have the weight of debt hanging over me.
Okay.
I'm going to save $100 a month this year for a down payment on my dream house.
Whoa. $100 a month this year. $1,200 is not a down payment on any house, let alone a dream house.
It's not a down payment on rent.
Yeah, I've
doesn't get you into a place.
I've literally given security deposits that are more than $1,200 for an apartment.
Right.
I clipped that too. Like,
so stupid.
What?
$1,200 for a down payment. Yeah.
You can't put a down payment on movers for that much.
No.
And you know what, Dick? They say women are bad at math. I don't know why they say that.
That's that damn math. Tripping because they're bad at math. Tripping them up once again. Like you didn't know that was dumb when you were writing it, when you were editing it, or when you were reading it aloud for the audiobook. You didn't say, "Oh wait, hold on, I got to fix that at least."
$100 a month for a dream house? Should I have said 1 year or should I have said like 30 years?
She mean like a Barbie dream house that they like sell to kids, like a it's a toy, like a.
Okay, wait. I got this. Speaking of home buying, there's another. She has guest readers or like finance guys, right? Or when women
she
saying
does
stuff in the book. Yeah, I brought in a particularly bizarre quote.
Got it
from a finance guy that she has doing like a. Little
there's
insert.
a man in her book.
Isn't that odd?
He's gonna mansplain it to us.
She must have really, really vetted him well.
But he's quite stupid, so yes, I believe she did. Here's his quote. Advice.
One of the most common scripts in America is, I should buy a house.
Yeah.
Your house is the American dream. It's a bullshit dream
I mean,
propagated by the
traditionally, but
National Association of Realtors, which is an organization that you'll find in hell.
Funny. It's funny.
I don't think it's the right audience for that.
It's funny.
What does it even mean? A lot of people want to buy a house. That's a lie told to you by realtors who will burn in hell.
Yeah.
I don't.
It's out of nowhere. This guy got screwed over on a couple deals, it sounds like.
Sure, yeah.
He's got an axe to grind.
I think so.
Wow.
And then he talks about how it's actually smart to be a millionaire and rent and not own a house. Here's let me see if I have that whole quote here. And of course, this is the most one of the most obnoxious parts.
Let me be the first to tell people, I'm a millionaire and I rent by choice. Tory note, me too.
Tory note. She's got to make sure that she's on par with him, right?
Yeah, one-upping him, right?
Yeah, at least matching, yeah.
And the bizarre, like, nonsensical, extremely privileged, obvious lie and stupid advice category.
Well, I've talked to a financial advisor who told me that if he could do it again, he would have rented because when interest rates were higher, and they're high again now.
Yeah.
That it
There are
actually
times.
is not a great time to purchase property.
For sure.
If you don't have the money to buy it outright. But if you're a millionaire, can you buy the property without paying interest on it? Wouldn't that be better than renting?
Her book is also based on dumping all your money into high-interest savings accounts.
Right.
And when high-interest savings accounts are high, right, real estate prices are depressed. So, I don't know. It's just it's pretty annoying for guys to be bragging about their millionaire lifestyle in a book that's about helping waitresses buy a used car.
Yeah.
I think.
It's a good point.
Okay, here is... I think you played this one. Why do you save money?
Authentic pasta.
Authentic pasta.
That's my favorite. Is this pasta authentic?
You and I, we got to go to Italy sometime to eat some
authentic pasta.
Yeah.
For the first time ever.
I'll be the first to tell you that I'm a millionaire who rents.
And only eats authentic
What do you
pasta.
mean you're the first? Why does that matter?
Right.
Good point.
Somebody else,
Why didn't Tori read her own note? Why did you read the Tori note?
Tory note. Me too.
Can I play a clip? This is more gaslighting.
Yeah,
from
sure.
Tori. There's a lot of that in this.
When it comes to money, we've been told our whole lives that we should just know how to handle it. We should know what to do with it when we get it, And if we don't, we're somehow less than or unworthy of it.
That's just simply not true.
Right.
No one in the history of the world has ever been like, yeah, you guys, we're just going to give you some money. You'll figure it out. It's like, no, we all know that it's very difficult. Like finances. I took a finance class in college. It was one of the hardest classes I've ever took. No one thinks that this is just like something that we all understand. And then she goes on to say this, which is dumb.
There's no magic button to fix our financial problems. And many financial issues are not because of personal choices. Each of us faces different struggles systematically when it comes to finance.
All right, two things. First off, of course it has to do with your personal choices. That's the only thing it could have to do with.
Well,
So
there
that's
could, no,
bullshit.
I think she means like extent of some kind of fucked up circumstances or something. Like a market crash or like a fucking. I mean, stuff can happen to you where all of a sudden, like.
I don't think she means a market crash.
What if you get laid off, lose your health insurance, and then you get cancer?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's absolutely things that are out of your control.
Fair enough. How did you get cancer? What were you up to? But fair enough. I hear what you're saying. But then she also says
coffee cancer.
Each of us systematically. What does that mean? Each of us systematically.
Or did she say systemically? Did she say?
There's no
She's saying
magic.
like the system is fucking certain people because that would be par for.
All right,
She's talking about women.
let's do it. Let's do it again.
Yeah, okay.
And many financial issues are not because of personal choices. Each of us faces different struggles systematically when it comes to finance.
Oh.
Systematically?
Yeah,
Each of
he's
us-
right. Systematically.
Each of us face these struggles systematically.
Does she mean like logging in and
She
looking
means
at your credit card statement?
I don't quite understand that sentence. I don't think.
Systematically.
Or
I got it.
being
within the system she's talking about, like
I gotta give,
everybody faces like whether she's talking about women or like minorities or what like is
women
that
or
that's what
minority
she's
women,
trying
she's
to
probably
say,
talking
right? Yeah.
It's one of those buzzwords.
Yes, very good. Yeah.
It's one of those buzzwords you can put in any sentence, and then people who hear it go, "Oh, right, it's the
Right.
system, it's systematically,
Systemically.
Yeah, that's
the
what right.
buzzword,
That's
not
what I thought she said at first,
systematically.
but she did say
Right.
systematically.
Okay, here's something that she says women think, and it isn't true, but I think that it is true. Let's see.
Be realistic with yourself. On the flip side, like many women, I used to have the tendency to underestimate myself.
Yeah, that's you should.
And
I
then
don't
she
think you
realized
are.
that
I don't think that's true.
she underestimated
actually.
herself for years
Yeah.
till she got jeans that fit. She was like, "Oh, now I'm estimating correctly."
Yeah.
Finally got their estimate correct.
Oh, I spent $70 on jeans.
Yeah.
I underestimated myself.
Yeah,
I'm way fatter. I think that's all I had.
Oh, can I just give a shout out real quick to It's Whitney Bitch, who just gifted 5 Who Are These Podcast memberships. Thank you very much for doing that. It's Whitney Bitch. If you got a membership, you can watch Who Are These Podcasts live every Wednesday and Saturday on this channel. You get 2 bonus episodes like this one every single month. So thank you for doing
great.
that. We appreciate it. Dick, did you see in the chapter she was talking about these things you have to ask yourself when you're purchasing something? And so I think we started with number 4. Is it a habit or a routine where we left off?
Yeah.
And she says that there's a resource on her website that you can go to. And what she's done here is she's put together iPhone wallpaper. So you could put this on your iPhone. And then every time you look at your phone,
How many taco dollars does it cost?
how many
Fucking
tacos?
kill me.
Am I using this to cope? This is number 1. Number 2, how many tacos does it cost? Number 3, is it worth it? Number 4, is it a habit or routine? Number 5, is it worth X amount of hours worked? That's where you do the calculation. I make $25 an hour.
Yeah.
Works 4 hours, it's $100.
She makes these things more like how many
See, but
taco dollars?
This is what I was
It's
talking about.
such-
Look. No, I got it. Because she's put so much mental work
Yeah.
and she's tricked women
Yeah.
into putting mental work into making a decision to exhaust them before they can make the decision.
How many taco dollars?
So
does
they
it-
have to do math, say like, oh, tacos are $1. So how many taco dollars is that? A $30 in men's dollars jacket.
What if it needs to
would
be
cost-
converted to fried chicken?
But that would be too similar, and women would abandon it. It's all about building this maze, mental maze, so they get too exhausted to get to the end.
Oof.
What a genius! And I don't think she knows she did that.
Yeah, right.
She thinks this is actually just helpful.
All right, I have one more clip on here. And this is like what I was talking about before, where it sounds like this is a rerun. I know we've heard her say this before.
Your goal is to have 3 to 6 months living expenses saved, hanging out in a high-yield savings account, an HYSA. A high-yield savings account is just like a normal savings account, except that it offers a higher interest rate. As of this writing, the average national bank account's interest rate is 0.03%. A high-yield savings account is 2% on average and likely to increase in the future.
Okay.
No.
This is dumb. This is dumb, and I'll explain why. The average national bank account interest rate is extremely misleading. She's obviously including checking accounts that have no interest rate at all if the average is 0.03%. It's misleading. If you said the average of bank accounts that offer an interest rate, then it would make more sense. It can't be 0.03% because that would mean there's a bunch that are like 0.01.
Well, it goes away. Like, it works now, but if Trump cuts interest rates to like 3%, what are you supposed to do with your money? You can't. There is no high. Like,
let's go.
They're the highest now that they've been in 20 years.
I
So
want to refinance my house.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Like, what's the advice then? Just have money then? Like,
Yeah,
I
sure.
don't know.
Yeah.
Go fiddle with it in your 401k dashboard that you don't understand.
Oh boy.
Put it in health stuff. Like,
Well, Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah.
Is a show
Patriarchy.
that I used to listen to.
Yeah.
And back when interest rates were very low, and hopefully they will be again soon, he explained that saving money is stupid. You'd be an idiot to save money because money's free. So you should just get loans and purchase things and invest that way. It doesn't make any sense to save money. She says just the opposite.
Yeah, it's I don't think she really explains that. That's, by the way, this advice is not going to be good in like 10 years.
Right.
So
Yeah.
get married before then. That's why she's saying take the trip to Italy with your money.
Yeah.
You can meet someone.
Well, listen, if she wanted to give actual good advice for finances, it's lose weight and get plastic surgery. Like, that's how you're going to marry a guy who's successful and has money. But she's not doing any of that.
Lose weight. It's good financial advice.
Right? I'm not crazy. You're the one that's crazy.
Yeah, okay. Well, how much more of this? We have 5 more hours of this book?
Wow.
Something like that.
Isn't that incredible?
Is this 2 hours plus in? Is that what?
Yeah, we're 2.5 hours.
2.5
in.
hours.
5.5 hours left or
God
something
damn.
like that.
How much more could she possibly say?
How much has she said so
Well,
far?
I know. Yeah.
I hope she gets into like some crazy patriarchy shit.
I would think she'd have to, right? I
Yeah.
mean, she's got a lot more time to fill.
Yeah, I haven't looked ahead though.
Oh.
I would hope so. And I have to say, like, she obviously was trying to fill pages. Like I was saying before, a lot of the book is repeating the same concept over and over again in different ways.
Yeah.
So she wanted to get to some type of page count or word count on it.
God.
Gosh, she's getting big, isn't she?
This was 2 pairs of jeans ago.
Oh. Too much
Wow.
authentic pasta.
Oh, boy.
It's a lot of fried chicken.
Mm.
She's about to eat that microphone. Continue your
3
money
stomachs worth.
journey.
All right. All right.
Does
That's
she have like a buying guide for something? For anything? What's on her money tools?
Oh, money tools. Let's see what she has. Money moves for millionaires.
Alliteration, always the sign of solid advice.
Of course.
Yeah.
Biz
She's wearing a
Babes?
Def Leppard shirt. How old is she?
Yeah, right.
No one likes Def Leppard. That can't be real.
That was the best picture they got at that
Best
photo
photo
shoot.
shoot. Yeah, right?
Jesus Christ.
Good point. Oh boy, those are the jeans.
I think a money shooting gun is like a symbol of the patriarchy. I'm pretty sure that's
right.
Pretty sure that's our,
that's our thing. Yeah.
Wow, this is like a rap video.
Seriously.
She's just got $100 bills pouring out of her pocket.
Yeah.
This is just if you're a financial advisor, this is the worst photo you could take.
Oh my God.
She's got cash laying out everywhere.
Gunted jumpsuit.
Oh God. Is there like rap name Heavy T?
Very good. All right. This has been a lot of fun. We got to do it again sooner than later.
Yeah.
It's been too long. Our third
Good picks.
crossover episode of the year. Guys, thank you so much for being on here. If you aren't supporting The Dick Show, you should. Patreon.com/The Dick Show.
Yeah, you got to listen to some veto clips on your show this week.
You think I should? Because I'm tempted. I'm tempted
Yeah,
to
he
do
gets
it.
he gets so flustered. I
Yeah.
haven't watched it yet. And then he loves streaming on our channel, on the Biggest Problem channel, but he streams like him eating at a buffet without like it's not real content. It's just him going to a buffet, and he set his camera up and pretended to be on like a business conference call while he's shoveling for like an hour.
So he's just like pretending to talk to nobody.
Yeah.
He's like just off the cuff dialogue with
eating food. Oh shit. And
how's his comic book coming along? Is it almost ready?
I think he's going back to the drawing board on that.
Oh no.
I don't know what he's doing.
Really?
Oh no.
And then the other one he was
Veto.
playing like hentai games, like these games with like anime girls with
Yeah.
their tits hanging out
Uh-huh.
on the channel. I'm like, what's going on here? What are you doing?
You know, this reflects on me too.
I get removed from places like this.
Right.
You know that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You can't be doing stuff like this.
I'm
But,
surprised
yeah, I
you
don't
still,
know.
you're still have a YouTube channel with them.
I know, me too.
Honestly,
Especially
don't tell
when I said
YouTube.
Susan should belong to burns in hell for everything she did. To her. Anyway.
All right, well, check out the Dick Show, and he's been doing fantastic work breaking down Maddox's 3-hour-long documentary about how Dick is his stalker somehow.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
some mental gymnastics you can't miss.
Yeah, I can't wait to get into that therapy call. Oh man, that's gonna be crazy.
He just every time when you think the last drop
Yeah.
has fallen from that from that sponge. It's
There's still
there's
something
another
left
one.
in the tank.
Yeah, there's still something in there. He
Still
goes,
some brain in there we could scrape out.
He just
the inside.
just has to do it. Just can't help himself.
And Dick, we'll have to get Vinny and myself back on the Dick Show for a little scum parade again.
Those
yeah,
are fun.
anytime.
Yeah, those are
before,
fun.
great.
Well, before the football season starts, because then my Sundays are busy. But before that,
Okay, yeah, before
we
that.
can come on, and I always enjoy coming on here and reading those stories for you guys.
Hey, did you see the fat bicyclist? This fat lady that rides a bicycle and is a pain in the ass about how bicycle riding isn't welcoming to fat people.
Who was just telling me about
I was telling you
this?
about this because she
Oh.
needs her big gripe. Somebody sent it to me because her big gripe was that bike companies are purposefully hiding the weight limits on the bicycles.
What? So
because she's a big fat lady. So she's like right on the edge, as it turns out, of some bikes, but it's not. It's just not something that bicycle companies list.
Wait, they're
because
hiding it?
That's how
What,
she
to make her
frames
look
it.
stupid?
I guess to make it dangerous for fat women to ride
Because
bicycles.
they don't want what they think it's going to taint the brand if
No, it's just, they
It's
don't
just
have
not
to.
necessary information.
Yeah, it's unnecessary information. Fat people aren't looking to buy bikes. They don't care about bicycles.
I understand that, but like, what in her mind? What's the logic?
Right.
They're hiding
it
to persecute her somehow.
Yeah, because they're hiding that they're like excluding fat people from riding
Yeah.
bicycles. when in
Bikes are
fact-
built so sturdy. How fat would you have to be? I can't even imagine. I could probably carry a piano on my bike and be fine.
Well, this is somebody who's in their life has exceeded the weight limit unknowingly
Of a
on
piano.
things. So they're
Right. If you're an anvil, you can't ride this bike.
She's got all these action shots of her like riding a bicycle.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
you're
dude.
obviously not doing this.
Send that my way. I want to see that.
Yeah, I'll
we
send
gotta
it.
feature that. That's incredible. All right, boys.
Yep.
All right, man.
That
See
was
you, Carl.
fun.
See ya.
We'll see ya.
Oh, you got
Podcasts are the best, except for when they're not. Come to think there's really just a handful that don't suck. That's where we come in. Podcast reviews like Carl Goldberg, Amanda, and
Man, Carl knows his shit.